Let's just use project collection collection db projects. Okay, then we're going to say constant data with get docs coin projects collection with. All right, once we do this, we're going to get the results and say the data that we get. Docs.map. We're going to map through all the documents because we want to also get the ID of this document. And we're going to say return an array with the spread operator, spreading all the documents data. And we also need the ID. Okay. Now we also need to be checking this result that we're getting. We're going to say if the results there's nothing in it, return false. Now else return results. Okay, so this is pretty much straightforward. We just fetch all the data from the collection project and we return it to fetch coin. Now we're going to go to our index pages, our main page over here. And on this main page, what we're going to do, we're going to create a getStaticProps to fetch all the coin data for us. I'm going to say export async function getStaticProps. If you guys want to see me do a series talking about the functionalities of Next.js, please let me know in the comments. Let's say project data. Is it virtual coins? It is virtual coins. Let's just go with coins data here. Okay, since we're just using virtual coins, let's just make everything a bit. My naming abilities are not very good, so you should know that. So we're going to say if there's nothing in coin data or returns false, just return Now here you can, if it doesn't return anything, you can return maybe a particular set of information, or you can maybe show the site, make the site showing nothing is found or something like that, because obviously this is a site that relies on data from the database. So if you can't fetch data from the database, it's pretty much pointless. The app is pretty much no good, if that makes sense. So we're going to return the coins data. And we're going to get it from here as props. Well, no, don't need anything from next Google font, or let's just leave that there. All right, so what we're going to do now, we're going to console props.coins. Let's see what we get. Oh, console. Okay. All right, so here we get an error saying virtual coins is not defined. Okay, the reason we're getting this error, we didn't import this. So what we're going to do, we're going to come here and say import virtual coins. All right, and we can see we get the data right here. Awesome, just awesome. And we get our information right here. Now we want to display that information on the main page. So what we're going to do, we're going to create a component. We're also going to make a table. Alright, we're going to go to components and we're going to create a folder. We're going to create a folder named UI. And in this folder UI, we're going to create a file named coins.js. Alright, now in this code folder, we're going to import image from Next. We're also going to import link from Next link. And we're going to say export default function coins. We're going to pass in, okay, no, we're not going to call it here. Let's remove this. I will say return. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to pass in some information here in from our index page, and we're going to come here and we're going to get coins, and we're going to pass in coins equals to props dot coins. All right, so we know our coins here is getting that prop, so we're going to get it from props. Okay, so now we're going to display that information. We're going to say div class name and say flex overflow x scroll. This is going to make it scroll to the side. Scrolling vertically, then scroll horizontally. I'm going to give it a padding 5. And we're going to use something in Daisy UI. Let me show you guys very quickly. And that is avatar. We're going to use these avatars. Very simple like this. So when we come here, we want to map through each of our coins. So what we're going to do, we're going to say props.coins.map. Each coin, we're going to map through it. We're going to say, okay, let's just say link. Okay, so let's copy this from avatar here. Which one do we want? Do we want this or this? I say let's go with this. Looks nice. What about this? This looks much better. So let's go with the middle one. We're going to copy this, come to our code and paste it over here. Now that we've done that, we have the avatar here, and we're going to put a key, because every time you map through an array, you need to have a key in it. So we'll say coin.id. And here we have max hexagon. We're okay with that, but over here we don't want to use the image tag. We want to use the image tag for Next.js. The source is going to be our coin.url we have saved there. Our width is going to be 100. Our height is also going to be 100, and alt is going to be coin.name impute, the name of the project or the coin. Yeah. Now we have that saved. Now in our link, we're going to be linking this to a new page. And how we're going to link that to a new page? We're simply going to use the temporary server and say coins/coin ID. So we're going to create this page later, but we just want to make sure our links are set up here. So we have flex and the rest. So let's refresh this. Okay, it's saying cannot resolve. Okay. All right, so here it's saying invalid source property. And next/image hosting Firebase now configure image sample next project. Okay, so here we didn't configure Firebase storage group Google APIs.com. The reason is anytime you're using an external link for a image tag, you have to configure that in your next configuration file. So we're going to go to our next configuration file, and when we come over here, we're going to just next config. Okay, we're going to remove this. I'm going to say next config images domains. This makes for a good video idea how to don't worry, how to configure images in your next application. So Firebase storage then .google APIs.com. All right, so that's just it. So we're going to refresh this, and when we save this, what we're going to do, we're going to restart the server. You can even see it here, say found a change in next config, restart the server to see changes in effect. So we're going to clear, and we're going to run the server again. All right, so our server should have started up. All right, so our server has started up. You can see this. Awesome. Here, we don't have anything because in here, our first document doesn't really have anything. I don't know why it's taking so long to refresh. Then we restart this, and it seems my internet is gone. Wow. Okay, it seems like it's back. Refresh. All right, nice. So you can see here we don't have anything. This document has no data, so we're just going to delete this, and we're going to go to our submit coin and create more coins so we can have you filled up with amazing projects. We're going to go to our submit coin. We're going to pick out the images. Let's see this. Okay, I'm going to use this ones. Approve. And we're going to see yo contact areas. So we're going to create a lot of default coins so that we can have things to display with. So submit. Okay, so we're going to still submit it. I want to change this image so there's different images. Oh, file type. Okay. So we're going to keep submitting here. So we get like many instances of it, so we can have a much better display. We can see how nice the application looks. Okay, I don't know if we have enough here, but just want to make sure we do. Let me add another image. Okay. All right, let's go back. And boom, you can see we can scroll horizontally. Doesn't that look nice? So nice. So nice and clean. Clean, I tell you. Now I also want to add a bit of Shazam to the front page. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to come back here, UI coins. And I'm going to add some styling to here. And border top, just this color, border bottom, just this color, just the top and bottom. And you can see, I also want to add a bit of margin to the top. Okay. All right, you can see this looks really good, really good. I really like it. Now I also want to add a table to the application. So we're going to come to our components folder. I'm creating a folder called table. And in this table folder, we're going to create a folder named table.js. And we're going to create another folder called tr.js. Okay, now in our table.js, which is in crc, and we're going to come to our index over here. And in our index here, what we want to do here, we want to say div class name. Maybe there's some padding at the top. Px of 2. All right, so also we want to a div here, class name. I'm going to give it middle because we want it to be in the middle. Table, we're going to import table from here. We're also going to pass into it the coins. Props. This is how you spell props. And then props. Okay. All right. So now in our table folder, if we come to Tailwind, title with Daisy UI, themes. We're going to go to table. Okay, so which table do we want to use here? I'm going to make us go for this one because with this we can add the image of our coins here. So we have the JSX here, T body. We only want the T. Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to copy this to here into our table. We're going to say class name. Also, it's full and margin top 5. Padding bottom 5. All right, so let's paste this here. Okay, let me just remove this. All right, so we have table here, class name table full head. We don't need we don't need this really. Here we have TR, TH label checkbox, TH name job. Let's take a look at this already. Let's try also TH trade. Okay, table. All right, so we want name. So what we're going to do is this TH here, we're going to delete this. We have name, we're going to use network next. Here, we're going to use launch date. And then here we're going to use vote. All right, and we're going to use vote. Now in the T body here is where we're going to use our TR. We're going to import our props. And over here, we're going to say props.coins.slice. The reason we're going to use slice is we don't want all the coins to be displayed on the table. We just want just 10. So we're going to slice through the array and pick only 10 to be displayed. And we're going to map through this. And we're going to say table. Okay. All right. And you need to pass in coin. Just the individual coin. So let's take a look at this. All right, this is okay. Now we're going to go back to our TR because from here we're now getting the props of the coin. So we're going to pass it here. Props. Okay. Then we're going to use array destructuring to get the information we need. We're going to need the URL of the image, small letters. We're going to need the name. We're going to need this symbol, the network. We're going to need the day, the month, the year, the ID, and the votes. Number of votes the user has. And we're going to equal that to props.coin. So all that information will be gotten from there. So we're going to call to our table. TD. Okay. All right, so we're going to use the tr, and I've already done that, so I'm just going to paste that here. All right, so what have I done there? We're going to use the tr style background color red. Link. Let's import sync. Okay, and refresh this and see. All right, that is beautiful, just exactly as I wanted. Now, how did you come up with this? It's very simple. I just didn't want to start breaking down that CR from the lazy UI. All we did was that we got it. We said CR background color red. We said label. It's all here. Is we just use this from lazy UI. We show the image with the source URL. Alt is link input. We also here have the link. We are going to configure that for here. Then over here, we have the votes and the date, the month, the year, and the button of votes here. So that's the same options. We are going to configure this vote button, but not for now. So what we're going to do now is that we're going to create the page in which we can display the information for individual coin projects. So that's what we're going to do next. So we're going to close all of this. We're going to go to our pages folder and we're going to create a new folder called coins. And in our coins folder, we're going to create a new file, and this file is going to create a square brackets of coin id.js. All right, so this is very simple. We're just going to say RFC. We're going to call this our coin detail page. We're going to be passing in some props. Okay, let me just delete that. How are we going to do this? We're going to be using getStaticProps and getStaticPath to configure this page, because for every page that is using square brackets like this one, dynamic page, you also need to configure the getStaticPath as well. So let's get started. What we're going to do, we're going to say export async function getStaticProps. Now, every time the user comes to this page, this how is going to come to this page. It's going to come localhost /coins, because of this coin folder here, / anything you want. And this anything you want, anything you put after this slash here is going to be the coin ID, and we're going to get that through the context that we're using here. We're going to get that through context.params.coin ID, and that's what we're going to use to get the users get the coin information from the database through this ID that is here. So what we're going to do, we're just going to cancel. We're then going to say constant coin ID. This is equal to context.params.coin ID. Okay, so now that we get that, we need to get all the coins information and then look for